Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. So, fans, buckle up because the NFL landscape is buzzing with some truly explosive rumors, and the Chicago Bears are right at the heart of it. It's not every day that you hear about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC North and drastically improve the Bears' chances of competing at the highest level. And folks, this isn't just speculation. Sources are whispering about a possible trade that could send Patrick Surtain, the Denver Broncos' lockdown cornerback and one of the most elite defenders in the league right now, straight to Chicago. Imagine that for a moment. A player who's already established himself as one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL, a Pro Bowler, a Defensive Player of the Year candidate for 2024, and a top 15 PFF-graded player in 2025, coming to bolster a Bears secondary that's been searching for consistency and shutdown ability for years. Now, let's talk about what exactly this move could mean for the Bears. Surtain isn't just a solid cover guy, he's a true lockdown corner. His career stats speak volumes: 12 interceptions, 58 pass deflections, a jaw-dropping 91, 6 PFF coverage grade, and a completion percentage allowed of just 49.2%. These aren't numbers you see every day, even in the NFL's best. In 2025, he's been nothing short of phenomenal, with 5 interceptions, 20 pass deflections, a PFF grade of 92.8, and a QB rating allowed of just 64.1. He's allowed yards per target of 5.9, and his EPA per target is 39, which is simply elite. And what's even more impressive is that he's been healthy this season, with no major injuries, something that can't be taken for granted in the league today. And let's not forget about his physical attributes. Standing at 6'2", and running a 4.42 40-yard dash, Surtain combines size, speed, and technique in a way that makes him a nightmare for opposing receivers. When you compare him to other shutdown corners like Jalen Ramsey, you start to see why he's such a hot commodity, especially for a team like the Bears, who have been desperately seeking a true number one corner to anchor their secondary. His style of play evokes revisiting some of the best shutdown corners of recent years, with the ability to lock down one side of the field and force quarterbacks to look elsewhere. That's exactly what the Bears need to elevate their defense from good to elite. Now, why would Denver even entertain such a trade? Well, it's a cliché, but it's true. Sometimes teams need to rebuild or retool their roster. The Broncos are currently 3-3 and seem to be in a bit of a transition phase. They've been cagey about their future plans, especially considering their struggles along the offensive line, which has been allowing an average of 3-1 sacks per game. They're also in the process of a cap situation that's complicated by the recent extension of Bo Nix, which hits their cap for $28 million. The Broncos are looking to free up cap space, around $12 million in fact, and gain draft capital, particularly in the upcoming draft, where they're prioritizing finding a franchise quarterback. A trade involving Surtain could bring the Broncos multiple first-round picks, possibly in 2026, and help them focus on rebuilding their offensive line and acquiring a future QB. It's a strategic move, and it makes sense for a team that's not really in playoff contention this year, but is looking ahead. For the Bears, this represents a massive upgrade on the defensive backfield. Losing Terrell Smith temporarily due to a knee injury that will keep him out until Week 10 has exposed some vulnerabilities in their secondary, and adding Surtain would be like plugging a major leak. His presence would immediately boost the coverage unit, especially against division rivals like the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings, who have dangerous passing attacks. Surtain's addition would mean a significant increase in expected interceptions, projected to add around +7 INTs to the Bears' total this season, and a substantial jump in coverage efficiency. For example, his ability to allow only 48% completion percentage, and to increase the number of pass deflections by around +19% compared to their current stats is huge. It's not just about individual stats, it's about how much he elevates the entire defense. And with Jaylon Johnson already operating at a high level with a 94 PFF coverage grade, Pairing him with Certain could create one of the most formidable duos in the league. Combination would allow the Bears to lock down opponents, top receivers, and force quarterbacks to make more difficult throws, which could lead to more turnovers and ultimately more wins. Plus, Certain's ability to contribute against the run, he's recorded 9 run stuffs, adds another layer of value to what the Bears could get from him. Imagine him helping to contain explosive plays and giving the Bears, front 7, even more room to operate. This move could also have a ripple effect across the league. Certain's presence would elevate the Bears' defense to a new level, making them a true playoff contender and possibly even a dark horse in the Super Bowl picture. The odds for Chicago to win it all are currently at +7, 500, but with a player like Certain, those odds could shrink significantly, potentially down to +2, 500. He would serve as a true X-factor, a shutdown corner capable of neutralizing the best receivers and forcing quarterbacks to rethink their game plans. It's the kind of move that can turn a good defense into an elite one, especially when combined with the already strong performances of players like Jalen Johnson. Looking at the big picture, if this trade goes through, it could mark the beginning of a new era for the Bears, a defensive dynasty, if you will. Their secondary would be among the best in the league, and this would set up their entire defense for sustained success. Meanwhile, the Broncos, in a bit of a decline, would be repositioning for the future, focusing on draft picks and cap space to build around a new core, possibly with a new quarterback and a revamped offensive line. The impact on the division would be immediate. The Bears would gain a significant edge in the NFC North, which has been highly competitive this season. They could finally start to dominate division games and push toward the top of the conference standings. Meanwhile, the Broncos, with their current struggles and cap issues, would be looking to rebuild, and this trade would be part of that process. It's a classic case of a team in transition acquiring a cornerstone player to accelerate their rebuild, while the team receiving him looks to contend sooner rather than later. And let's not forget the fans' perspective. For the Bears faithful, this kind of move is electrifying. It signals their team's serious intent to contend and win now. A player of Certain's caliber doesn't come around often, and if the rumors are true, this could be the kind of splash that energizes the fan base and sets the tone for the rest of the season and beyond. Imagine the roar at Soldier Field if this trade materializes and Certain wears the Bears' colors. Fans would be buzzing, and the team's confidence would skyrocket. Of course, all of this is still in the realm of speculation for now, but the signs are pointing toward a significant shift in the NFL's landscape. The Bears are clearly looking to make a statement, and acquiring Certain would be just that. It would be a bold move, but one that could pay dividends for years to come. Whether it happens or not, it's exciting to think about the possibilities and what it could mean for the future of the Chicago Bears. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So folks, as we wrap up this deep dive into the potential blockbuster involving Patrick Certain and the Chicago Bears, it's clear that this is a storyline to watch closely over the coming weeks. The Bears are building something special on defense, and adding a player like Certain could be the final piece that pushes them over the edge. The division rivals will have to watch out because Chicago is not just coming to compete, they're coming to dominate. Looking ahead, if the trade happens, expect the Bears to leverage their newfound defensive strength to take more risks on offense, push for higher scoring games, and give Justin Fields even more room to operate. It's a recipe for success that could propel them deep into the playoffs, and with the right breaks, give them a real shot at returning to the Super Bowl. The NFC is wide open, and with Certain locking down one side of the field, the Bears could be the team nobody wants to face come January. And for Denver, it's a calculated move. They're in a rebuilding phase, and acquiring draft picks and cap space is part of their long-term strategy. They're betting on the future, and while they might be losing one of their top defenders temporarily, they're setting themselves up for a fresh start in the years to come. It's a classic rebuild scenario. Sometimes you have to give up a star to get the assets you need to truly turn things around. In conclusion, fans, this potential trade represents a pivotal moment for the Chicago Bears. It's not just about acquiring a talented cornerback. It's about signaling their intentions, shaping their identity, and making a statement to the league. The NFL is a league of chess moves, and right now, the Bears are making some bold plays. Whether this trade becomes a reality or remains a rumor, one thing is for sure. The excitement is building and the future looks bright for Chicago fans who crave success and a return to dominance. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Thanks for riding along on this deep dive, and as always, bear down.